Hey, what's up guys? Back with another video. This is going to be a storage poles video. Non-hip-hop stuff this time. Got some rock in here, blues rock, some Beatles, some jazz, a couple tapes too, so let's just get into it. I'll start with the tapes first, I guess. First up we got the Platoon soundtrack. I got this on vinyl. I think I showed this on vinyl as well. Pretty good. It's got Out of the Doors, White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane, let me see, Aretha Franklin, Otis Redding, and it's got the famous Adagio for Strings song, so the intro to the movie. So pretty good stuff right here. This was just I think it was a quarter or something, so I just grabbed it, so I had it in vinyl. These next two actually aren't storage poles. I just picked them up for Travis. Well, one of these for Travis, and the other one as well if he wants. It's the Bob Dylan Bootleg Series, Volumes 2 and 3. I know he's missing one of these, so I'm going to send it to him. It's coming your way, buddy. Back to the storage poles, we got Bob Marley Legend. Everyone knows that album, so I'm not going to talk about that. And lastly here, we got When We Were King soundtrack, which is a pretty good soundtrack. I'll tell you who's on here. The first track is The Fugees featuring Tribe Called Quest, Busta Rhymes, and Forte. The second track is Drew Bundini. Let's see, you got Bill Withers, does Ain't No Sunshine, B.B. King, Ali, James Brown, The Spinners, Jazz Crusaders, B.B. King, a couple more times, James Brown again, The Spinners again, Brian McKnight and Diana King. So pretty good soundtrack overall. I don't remember this movie, When We Were Kings, but I'm pretty sure I've seen it. Let's move on to CDs then. First up, we got some jazz from Charlie Parker. Sorry about that. Charlie Parker of Storyville. Storyville is in Boston, if you're not familiar. This is a Blue Note release. I think this came out in the 80s sometime, I want to say. It was recorded in 1953, but I think it came out in the 80s, I'm pretty sure. Although it doesn't have a date on here, so I don't know for sure. Pretty good though, I definitely recommend checking it out if you're into jazz. Next up we got Rusted Root, When I Woke. I've had this CD for a long time. I think it came out in like the mid-90s, or yep, 95, 94, 95, something like that. If you don't know who Rusted Root is, I don't really know how to explain their music. It's kind of like, I guess, like hippie jam music is the best way to describe it. They're probably best known for the song Send Me On My Way, which I think was in the movie Ice Age. If you look that up, you'll know what song it is. But a pretty good CD overall. Like I said, more so like that, let me see if I could tell you list of instruments on here, so maybe you guys can get a better feel for what kind of music it is. So they got acoustic and electric guitars, bass, a drum set, congas, djembe, I believe that's how it's called, talking drum, a bunch of hand percussions, flute, penny whistle, harmonicas, banjo, marimba, and a bunch of other stuff. So, like I said, yeah, it's just really just hard to explain. I don't know, other than just like, I don't know, just listen to some of the other tracks other than. I would definitely recommend Ecstasy is a good one. Cat Turned Blue, Martyr is definitely a good one. Lost in a Crowd. Good stuff though. That's their best CD in my opinion. They had a few others after that. They weren't as strong in my opinion. So. Next up we got Red Hot Chili Peppers, Blood Sugar Sex Magik. This actually came, this was sealed, I opened it, but I just left it in the shrink wrap just because I don't think it was originally sealed. I don't think this is the original shrink wrap that came with it, because it's the plastic kind, you know. But it was really clean, so when I opened this, I'm assuming it was. I haven't listened to this in years because I had it digitally. I just opened it once, ripped it to my computer, and then kept it. I lost my original release years ago, so I rebought this probably like maybe 5-6 years ago. Next up we got a couple by the Derek Trucks Band, their first 3 albums. The first one I believe is just subtitled, yep, it's called the Derek Trucks Band. If you don't know who Derek Trucks is, he is a guitarist Usually plays the slide guitar or the lead electric guitar and vocals usually. On this one you got Derek Trucks, Todd Smalley on the bass, Bill McKay on the organ and the pianos, synthesizers, and Jan Rico Scott on the drums. Really good stuff right here. He was only 18 when he made this one. I would recommend checking out the track maybe Out of Madness, even though they're all good tracks. Evil Clown is great, Egg 15, so all great tracks. By the way, Derek Trucks is the nephew of is a nephew of Butch Trucks from the Allman Brothers Band, the original drummer there from the Allman Brothers Band. So he plays with the Allman Brothers Band from time to time. So kind of maybe will help you figure out what kind of style of music it is. Like I said, it's like southern rock, blues rock. I'm not huge into that, but I love him. I love the Allman Brothers Band and stuff like that. So next up is the second album, Out of Madness. Once again, same style of music as before, just a different lineup, I believe, for this one. Let me check real quick. So you got the same kind of basic core lineup with Bill McKay, Todd Smalley, but then you got Jimmy Herring, which is another great guitarist on a couple tracks. He plays in the Aquarium Rescue Unit. You got Warren Haynes playing on a couple tracks, most notably 44, Good Morning Little Schoolgirl, and Death Letter. Warren Haynes is one of my favorite guitarists ever. He's definitely up there for me, as most people would probably say, you know, like Jimi Hendrix or I don't know, Eric Clapton, whoever. But Warren Haynes is definitely up there for me, along with Jerry Garcia, whoever else, Trey Anastasio from Phish. So, like I said, definitely one to check out for sure. The first two are probably his best albums in my opinion, so definitely give those a listen if you're into this style of blues rock, southern rock. He does a great job. Next up we got his third album, Joyful Noise. This one has a few more guest features on it. Solomon Burke is on it a couple times. Susan Tedeschi is on it, who I think they actually got married, if I'm correct. I believe they actually got married, Susan Tedeschi and Derek Trucks. And they formed the Tedeschi Trucks Band, which I believe is still touring. So, yeah, definitely worth a listen. I definitely think that's worth a listen. Any of his CDs are worth a listen, but I think his first two are the best, in my opinion. Like I said, his first one came out when he was only 18, and he's been playing guitar since he was 11, I believe. So, you know, he came up in that whole environment of Allman Brothers Band, and he was always around music, obviously. So, next up we got some more jazz, a couple more jazz albums, a couple of jazz standards, I guess, if you want to call them that. Coltrane's Blue Train. I'm not going to say too much about this because everyone knows what this is, so great album right there. And also Miles Davis, Kind of Blue. Everyone knows what this one is, so I'm not going to speak on this one. Next up we got a live show that I went to. This is the Allman Brothers Band in 2004, August 22nd, 2004, at the Oakdale Theater in Wallingford, Connecticut. Instant Live is instantlive.com. I think they're still around. They used to do like live recordings of bands where you go to a concert and you can get the recording right after. You know, basically, they were really big in like the early 2000s. I remember early to mid 2000s. They were pretty big. So I picked this up after the show. The thing I don't like about this is it doesn't have the track list in it. I don't know whose bright idea that was to not put the track list in with the CD, but how they decided to do it. This lineup featured, it had Greg Allman, J-Mo, Butch Trucks on drums, Warren Haynes, Mark Quinones, Oteil Burbridge, and Derek Trucks. So, really great lineup right there. Probably one of my favorite, aside from the original lineup, obviously, but really great lineup right there. I remember some people kind of complaining after the show the acoustics weren't that great in the Oakdale Theater. I thought they were fantastic. I was kind of in like the center, pretty close to the stage, more so in the center, and it was great. Been to the Oakdale a bunch of times, seen a bunch of different bands there, and I've never had a problem with the acoustics in there, so I don't know. I remember the show kind of being like, the band was great, they were really tight and on point, but the crowd just was kind of wasn't feeling it. I don't know what it was that night, but the crowd just wasn't really feeling it. Not everybody, but some of the people, they were just kind of sitting down and didn't want to get into it, you know, so whatever. And lastly here we got the Beatles, 62 to 66. This is the US version. You guys probably all know what this is, so like I said, no need to talk about this. So I believe that's it. I think that's it. Yep, that's it for now. I'll be back shortly with my next update, which is probably going to be my hip-hop update, my new pickups and such. And then after that, I'll be back with another storage pull. So that's it, guys. I think that's all I wanted to say. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.